Welcome to this explainer. So, did you know that AI in manufacturing is actually projected to save the industry over $1 trillion in the next decade? $1 trillion! Today we're looking at something truly transformative. You see, warehouse management and manufacturing, they're getting smarter every single year. And artificial intelligence, well, it's not just some futuristic trend you read about in sci-fi novels anymore. It's happening right now. It is actively being deployed to slash costs, massively boost productivity, practically eliminate downtime, and really help leaders make better decisions. So in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the top AI tools that are totally revolutionizing warehouse and manufacturing excellence. Let's get right into it. Okay, to really grasp this, we need to rethink the factory floor. Instead of looking at a warehouse as just a static building stuffed with shelves and machines, what if the building itself could think? Imagine it as a living, breathing ecosystem where AI acts as the literal nervous system. When you integrate the right tools, the facility starts to essentially think on its own, which drastically improves everyday productivity and speeds up daily decision-making. It's an absolute game changer.
Section 1. Automating the Nerve Center. Liberating teams from paperwork.
To see how this works, we have to start in the administrative brain of the facility. This is the nerve center, right? And it's usually where countless hours just disappear. Think about a warehouse manager on a Friday afternoon, absolutely drowning in a sea of Excel spreadsheets, just trying to figure out what happened over the week. It's exhausting. But tools like Microsoft Copilot and UiPath tackle this head-on. Microsoft Copilot actually steps in to automatically generate those Friday reports, summarize inventory trends, instantly flag shortages, and get this, it'll even draft emails to your suppliers for you. And right alongside it, UiPath takes over all those repetitive, mind-numbing administrative processes like invoice processing, ERP updates, and order management. The result? Your teams are finally liberated from endless paperwork, so they can actually focus on much higher value operations.
And here is a perfect example of automation at work using NN. Imagine your inventory suddenly drops below a predefined threshold. Now, in the past, someone literally had to manually check the stock to notice this, and they might realize they have a shortage 3 days too late. But now, NN acts as your instant digital trigger. It automatically detects the drop, pings the purchasing team, generates a purchase request, updates Google Sheets, and fires off a Slack or Teams alert, all instantly. It's a completely seamless, zero-touch process that keeps the whole supply chain moving without anyone having to lift a finger.
Furthermore, if your company's nervous system happens to run on SAP ERP, SAP Joule AI completely changes how your team interacts with business data. You don't have to go digging through complex menus or run these incredibly complicated queries anymore. You can literally just chat with your business data exactly like you were messaging a coworker. Using natural language, you just ask, hey, which products are running low, or show me delayed purchase orders, and Joule AI hits you back with instant, totally accurate insights. How cool is that?
Moving on to Section 2, Precision on the Floor, giving sight and intelligence to production.
Now let's step out of the office and onto the physical warehouse floor. Warehouses obviously rely completely on accurate inventory, right? Because just one single mistake can ripple through the entire supply chain. Well, Zebra AI acts as the untiring eyes of the warehouse. It's basically like an eagle-eyed inspector that never blinks and never takes a coffee break. Using some incredibly powerful AI-driven machine vision, Zebra scans barcodes at lightning speed, verifies complex shipments with total accuracy, and helps out with inventory counting. By deploying this kind of visual intelligence, you are virtually eliminating the massive time waste and financial drain that comes from manual counting errors.
And right alongside those AI eyes, we have the Siemens Industrial Copilot. This acts as a highly intelligent assistant right on the factory line itself. It's designed specifically for these fast-paced manufacturing environments to help engineers program the complex programmable logic controllers, or PLCs, which are basically the brains telling the machines exactly how to move. Having this level of intelligence directly on the factory line makes troubleshooting issues and optimizing production vastly more efficient. It's literally like having a top-tier engineer looking over your shoulder 24/7.
Section 3. Predicting health and maintenance. Ending unexpected machine breakdowns.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how AI manages the physical health of the equipment itself. A smart factory doesn't just run, it literally monitors its own well-being. For decades, factories were stuck with reactive maintenance, waiting for a machine to break, halting all production, and then eating massive repair bills. But predictive AI flips this script entirely. By continuously monitoring equipment health, it can catch a vibrating bearing or a weird motor temperature weeks before it actually fails. This massive shift from reactive to predictive means early detection, continuously monitored health, and absolutely zero expensive surprises. You can think of tools like IBM Maximo and AWS Lookout for equipment as the facility's immune system. They aren't just passively logging data, they're out there actively hunting for microscopic anomalies in machinery patterns. IBM Maximo uses AI to constantly keep tabs on equipment health, actively predicting when you'll need maintenance long before a physical failure ever happens. AWS Lookout does something very similar. It continuously scans industrial equipment to spot unusual patterns. Catching things early with both of these tools is exactly how you avoid those disastrous, incredibly costly production interruptions.
Section 4. Simulating the future. Optimizing without physical disruption.
As our smart factory matures, it gains this almost sci-fi capability. It can actually imagine and test its own future without risking a single second of current production. This magic happens through tools like NVIDIA Omniverse, which lets companies build what's called a digital twin. A digital twin is basically a highly accurate digital simulation environment. Think of it like playing SimCity, but for your actual multi-million-dollar factory. So before you make any incredibly expensive physical changes to a warehouse layout or a production line, you can simulate those exact workflows in a purely digital space. You get to test drive a wild new conveyor belt layout digitally before ever moving a single real-world bolt, keeping your day-to-day operations completely undisturbed.
Section 5. Embracing intelligent operations. Visualizing the total ecosystem.
So with all this data coming from the floor, the machines, and the administrative brain, how does it actually empower your human workers? Because let's be real, data is only valuable if it's easy to understand at a glance. That's where Power BI, paired with Microsoft Fabric AI, comes in. It takes this absolute ocean of data and transforms it into interactive, real-time, highly digestible dashboards. So instead of drowning in spreadsheets, your floor managers get instant visibility into inventory levels, production performance, and overall business trends. They can quickly interpret this massive ecosystem and make really fast, highly informed decisions on the fly.
When you pull all of these incredible capabilities together, the picture of the intelligent future becomes absolutely undeniable. And it's not just about robots replacing humans. It's really about empowering your highly skilled people with AI to totally eradicate manual errors, dial in predictive maintenance, and pivot on a dime whenever market demands shift. The organizations that fully embrace these technologies are seeing dramatically improved efficiency across the board. It's a total transformation.
Look, AI is no longer a distant buzzword. It's not a future concept, it is the new baseline for global manufacturing. It's actively transforming warehouses and manufacturing facilities all around the world at this very moment, building operations that are resilient, hyper-efficient, and deeply connected.
If you found this explainer helpful for wrapping your head around the powerful AI tools driving the digital transformation of modern manufacturing and warehousing, make sure to hit subscribe to VMOS Tech for more content just like this. We cover everything you need to know about AI, automation, and the future of industry. But before we wrap up, I want you to take a hard look at your own operations and ask yourself one vital question. In this rapid new era of intelligent industry, is your factory going to lead the revolution, or will it be left behind? Thanks so much for tuning in, and keep optimizing.